Hey everybody, Kyle Parrish, EDM310, Dr. Strange's class, Tuesday, Thursday, 11 o'clock. This is my final reflection video. I am going to reflect on a few things on me as a person and how I've changed over the course of this semester in EDM310. You have to forgive me, I'm not feeling very well. I'm a little disheveled, so please bear with me. So the first thing here, reflect on what I have learned, not learned, what I'm going to take with me, abandon, want to use, will not use, and all that I've encountered in EDM310. I think one of the biggest things that I learned, I came into the class very apprehensive about technology. I'm 31 years old, so I'm a little bit older than some of my peers in the class, and I've let technology pass me by. Being an adult student, I just kind of use exactly what I need to use, and I didn't move on, and I didn't grow up with it in school. I hand wrote and turned in my papers in high school. I told some members of Group 7 that, and they just thought that was hilarious. But it's just kind of the way that I was raised, the way that I did things. I did a lot of burnt back stuff in high school. And that's one of the things that I've learned is that we have to transition out of that. I need to transition out of that. Excuse me. It's very important to stay current with everything that you're learning, with the technology that comes, and I'm not as apprehensive about it anymore because I got to play with it. Doing the iBook really helped out towards the end. That was pretty awesome, and I got to learn from that. So things that I'm going to take with me is just being technologically literate is important, but keeping myself technologically literate is even more important, because if I'm going to teach for 25, 30 years, I hope, I'm not going to teach students in 2015 the way that I'm going to teach students in 2025, 2035. Things are going to come up and I'm going to have to stay with it. Things that I want to use. I love the class blog. I think that that's outstanding. Every single class that I teach will have a class blog. It's just such an easy medium to communicate with instead of writing things on the board and hoping that kids see it. Anytime I want to update something, I can do it from my house, I can do it from my office, I can do it from my desk, wherever it is. Do that and the students will be able to get it right away. I think the class blog is something that I'm going to use forever. I wasn't a huge fan of the smartboard. I understand it has some cool stuff on there. That's just, maybe I need to learn a little bit more about it. Maybe I need to get better at using it and I'll enjoy it more. But for me, as a history teacher, I am going to lecture a lot. I know Dr. Strange isn't a huge fan of lectures, but I think history is just storytelling. I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos. If you go down the blog and look at it, it's just storytelling, and I love telling stories. And I am going to lecture a lot, but I can make it interactive with the smartboard and some of the other things. But I just don't think that I will utilize the smartboard that much outside of its most basic principles. What have I abandoned? Burnt back education. I spent 9 years in the United States Marine Corps, and all the tests that we have are let's memorize these facts and let's spit them back out, and if you can do that, then we'll move you on to the next thing. You'll learn everything on the job anyways. But my entire academic career after high school, I went to a lot of schools throughout my 9 years in the Marine Corps, it was all burnt back. Memorize this, and then we said data dump. As soon as you take the test, you data dump it out, and you put the more stuff in there. You just got to make room, and that is one thing that I'm just going to completely abandon. I will not ever use in my teaching career is burnt back education. It's just students aren't going to learn from that. Let's see here. What else? Well, that's about it from what's on there. I know I'm coming up on my 5-minute time limit here, but I would just say me as a person, EDM310 has made me just kind of made me realize how important time management is, but how important keeping up with your job is. I need to ensure that I'm becoming a better educator. I know Anthony Capps said that you need to read books and make learning about your job fun, and that's something that it's not, when the bell rings and you're done grading papers, you clock out and go home. Me as a person, as a professional, is that it's going to be a lifelong learner and a lifelong educator, and it's going to be an everyday thing.